Okay, so I found a new knife out here today. Really happy with it. Now, I learned that one of the easier places to find flint is not in the riverbeds. It is indeed in the fields. You go looking in fields and stuff, and you can find these flint knives all over the place. Sometimes even old arrowheads and stuff like that, and I don't know why, but I'm thinking that most of the arrowheads and stuff, the reason they're out there in the fields is because that's where the native people hunted, was in the fields. Plus there's a lot of rivers and creeks and stuff that are dried up that ran through fields, and that would be a great place to find some old rocks. And it must be something to do with the weight of the flint and the way it travels in water that makes it surface. But whenever farmers go to till their crops, it will also pull a lot of the flint and arrowheads up onto the top, and you can look there. And that's been my most successful place to find flint. And I'm probably not going to nap this at all much. I'm just going to make it a one-side blade, kind of like my flint pocket knife that you guys haven't seen yet, but I'll show you that sometime soon in the video. But it's kind of like that, and this one's got a bigger blade, I think, but it's actually really sharp. And you can see that it does indeed cut and carve and you know, shave off wood and do whatever. I obviously haven't napped this or sharpened it or anything. I just picked it up as is, and it's already a useful cutting tool. So sometimes if you're lucky like that, you can go out into the woods if you're in need of some kind of tools, and you can just find them without even having to do any work other than looking. So that's a really good thing to know. So this was an old garden of mine, and as you guys can see, I'm wearing my boots today because it's too muddy to wear my sandals or go barefoot or whatever. It's too cold. I'd get sick, and I don't want to do that. But that's where my old garden is, and I've recently moved out of there because it just floods and all the plants die. But this is something interesting. This is a tree that had uprooted itself, and yeah, it's still growing sideways. When we find these little mounds out here, I call them hobbit holes, because, you know, it just kind of looks like a hobbit hole, I guess. It's a good reason to call it that, I suppose. So I've come back again to the big tree that fell next to the other tree that had fallen here already. And planning on getting some of this bark that I peeled off yesterday and taking it back to the camp, because I didn't for some reason yesterday. I just peeled it off, laid it laying around. So I'll collect this stuff up, take it back, and use it on the shelter, because this will come in handy. The method I use is I go over and under, overlapping sticks, so that way there's a tight hole bracing it on both sides, in, and then in, out, and on and on. And that keeps it from moving, it keeps it stationary for the most part, and it makes it lock, it locks it in together, so separate pieces can be held in, and they're held in tight, and they're strong. So like I said, the technique is basically taking a piece of bark, looking for some of the branches that are, like here, there's several branches, this one going out say 3 in a row. So we take this one, we'll go, say we'll go over this one, the first one, and we will go under the second one to the third one, where it will be held in place. The one above it just dropped out and just fell, so I have to place that back again, but not very difficult, shouldn't be a problem. Just like that, and it locks it in like shingles and makes it one solid piece, so it will withstand the rain, withstand the snow, withstand the hail, and branches falling on it, or anything else, you know, heavy that would be falling down into it. And you pretty much just keep doing that and repeating the process. Sometimes you have to break bark to make it want to fit right, or you might want to spin it around or change the position of it to make it want to fit the way you want it to. So it fits in a nice manner, held together tightly, and so on.